So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 7.
Got it.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go, Chap. Let him know. Let it go.
Now Kamara. A beautiful fake. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Ready? 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Here's Herbert. Being chased out left. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Chubb on 1st down, no room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
They are not ready for...
Way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Go.
On on the ground. This is Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. He gets this into the hands of Taylor.
Herbert's pass.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 6-0 our score after 1.
Broncos nothing.
Let's go now.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Myers connects on the PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Deuce. Who you got?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 22-yard line.
Play fake. Murray. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Let's go.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
59. Larry.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game. But for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage. And we're still in the 2nd quarter.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
13. Broncos 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate that.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 37.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during the game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Check 31, check 31.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night in the improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And 6 yards to go.
Go, go, go. Slam, slam.
Ready.
Out of the gun, Herbert buying time to his left. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Shut up. Cougar 19.
No gain on this defense, no gain. Watch the safety creep. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Let go.
Herbert off of play action. Forced out to his left. And it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ready, ready.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing again. Herbert.
Defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Completion here to Claypool. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. So they lost yardage and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Oh, what?
59. I got one. 59 Mike.
Murray now on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. I got it. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Shotgun now from Murray. Flush to his right. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Mike 59.
Play action. Now it's Murray. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Set to kick off.
The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Airing this one out for Evans. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Touchdown, Browns.
Oh, hey, 2-2.
Here we go. Slam.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Murray. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a 1st down.
Oh, 2-2. Hey, shit. Check. Hey.
They'll run with Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Gain on the play. Leads to
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Safe. Watch the eye. Switch.
Come back.
They'll try again with Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
Oh,
Chill right here. Let's go, D.
hey.
Now Murray off play action. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, and finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. From from the shotgun. Here's Herbert. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
Herbert.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
18
Gain
Cardinal,
of
18
5
Cardinal.
brings up second and 5
70
at the
range,
31-yard line.
Turn up. Kill.
Ready, go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Ready.
Herbert throwing again. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. So that one will be accepted.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him. And once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. Hey, keep it up.
Murray now on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Murray flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
Check 26.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Back.
Chubb. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their 3rd down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They run. Chubb. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Herbert on 1st down now. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
We got to get to the ball, T. We got to get to the ball.
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. Again, Herbert. And his throw is incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ready up.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready, go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there. 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the slant.
Ready.
To the air again, Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Watch the run.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And the Broncos are going to have it first and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 3 yards out. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Jason Myers.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
On your team. Easy. Check three.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Two.
Check 52's the line. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Come back.
On play action, it's Murray. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Check 13. Check 13.
Hey, Larry! Deuce!
And they, in fact, will throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. first kick 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 18. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield. But they never did.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Buffalo 18.
Herbert. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down.
4th down.
Let's go.
A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. Here we go on 4th. Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lob it for the 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
They begin this drive with Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
And again, it's Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Off play action. Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Herbert now to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Let's go now. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Keep it up, guys.
Go.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Steps away to his left. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Here we go. Here
Once
we go.
again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Bang, 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 bang.
Switch.
Let go.
One last throw here for Herbert, eluding the pressure right. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is incomplete, so no miracles here on the final play, and this ball game is over. Well, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Browns, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. Damn, Kane, you done kill Abel. Unbalanced land, trying to keep the people stable. The way I feel, I might it all up. The way you feel, you might do it for the bug. All black, born to be a rebel. After this, I might go and water down the devil. Listen to everything around me, I can't see. Picked a dozen roses and left them in Galilee rolling thunder. Don't hear my cry, don't let alibis pass you by. Finally starting to realize, never give up and coincide. Can't watch TV, it's all a lot. Tired of trying, go ahead and fly. Everybody want a straight answer, but media keep us blind. A good heart is not hard to find. Why the people try to define infrastructure right? I don't got time, infrastructure right, I don't got time. I could into all to we're talking about you, about to protecting the sons and daughters from political manslaughter. Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. Never play by the rules, guess I'm paying my dues. They gon' try to intrude, poison the multitude. They be quick to accuse, when you got different views. Just know you gon' pay the price, based off the item you choose. Many times in the culture, hit you with them K-Ultra. I knew you was a vulture, Holy Ghost get the ushers. No, I can't trust you. Shock you, then now you fluster. Crashing down, I was cluttered. Doing this so subtle, fumbling out through the rubble. Remember this in jungle, the top I was young and something. The middle gotta stay hunting. Why the rush left for nothing? 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 Agitated illusion, only built for confusion. The institution, modern day execution. Think I know the solution, maybe not should I do it? Just put it in the music, just put it in the music. Someone put me out 'cause I'm on fire. I can't give up about what they say. They've been searching for that thing to get them higher. You can't catch my drift, can't catch my wave. You'll burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it all that you desire. No ceiling when that never be the same. You burn out if you jump into the fire. Can you feel it rushing through your veins? Though you make it
yeah. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on a 10. Now we on top once again, yeah. I had to tighten the plan, yeah. I got it right in the end, ay. Now we on top once again. I don't want it if it ain't love. If it ain't, get it away from me. Who you gon' jack if it ain't us? LABB to the bakery. Some mad that I came up. I know my granny gon' pray for me. It was just us in the vacancy. We had to get it from A to B. Wheels never felt like this. 2 seats in the hills, how I feel righteous. Blue sheets for the mills, but the deal priceless. New keys can't care what's built private. I might just double it up. Did it? Never enough, I'm with it. 5, 2, 3 on the business. Whole team got wins and the wheels still spinning. I told them what I told them. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on the 10. Now we on top once again, yeah. Hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top. Got a spot and it's locked to the click all in. I got ops, if he drop, I just hit my dance. I was pop, they just watched, had to take my wins. They wouldn't let me in. I've been on 10 cents. Who really holding it down? I've been holding it down and I go it again and again. Who was the dummy that died? I'm the coldest around, but he folding again and again. I'm in the what? I'm in the day. I'm doing 30 on 30 and up. You in the what? You in the way. Either you rolling or rolling the dust. You with us or what? Keep it running. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on a 10. Now we on top once again, yeah. I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on top once again. We did a lot for the wins. Came in a drop on a 10. Now we on top once again, yeah. Hey, I had to tighten the plan. I got it right in the end. Now we on 10. stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers, only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I bought like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go in like I'm trained. I'm prepared for the rain, they amazed. I ain't break from the sticks and stones they threw. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna cop my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I bought like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
Get out my way, Lil. Get out my way, Lil. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls, head to toe designer. Drill, little bit, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. I can't hear the hate, got a lot of it. Take these bands to the bank, let them rot in it. So much ice on me, I wish I had 2 necks. I got homies that can sleep without 2. I got homies that can sleep without. Gucci and Chanel, I got a lot of it. Walk up in the spot like, hey, what poppin' in? Gon' pop it for me cause I'm rich and poppin' in, yeah. Drill, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls, head to toe designer. Drill, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with it, rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, lil' bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit, you ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
T-Rag got me.
Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa,
Sometimes I need a check, not to